Well, in the NFL, you take wins however you can get them, and right behind us is where Greg Joseph booted the Minnesota Vikings to a 19-17 win over the Detroit Lions today. PA, I've said it before, I don't feel good about this win, but a win is a win, and more importantly, you got the call right.
Yeah, and you guys know more about it than me, man. You played D1 football. Nacho played at K-State with the Chargers and the Vikings. It's end of the equation, W's are what matter most, okay? So if it's a 1-point win, a 2-point win, or 200 or 100, okay. And I'm not one that's like, hey, it's the Lions, they're 0-4, we never lose to them. It's got to be style points 50-10. It's in between. What happened at the end of that game and the way things got, the malaise and the way just a Lions fog enveloped this entire building, very frustrating because these Vikings are so much better than what we are seeing. That's offensively. So hopefully things loosen up against Carolina next week. Better be careful with them, with Darnold and Matt Rule. But, man, I'm glad we won, but what a frustrating fourth quarter, guys.
I think another line on the frustration is that this is the fifth straight game we've given up 105 rushing yards. And, Ben, this Detroit Lions team, we know they had some injuries on the offensive line. Yeah, we did give up 100 yards, but we didn't break. But still, when you bend like that, you say, okay, we got to get better at that.
Yeah, we have to get better at that. I'm just waiting for our defense to get better with our front seven in the run defense. And I understand that Michael Pierce was not in the game. But it shouldn't come down to one guy.
Yeah.
You know, one guy shouldn't make that much of a difference. You know, the way I see it, we have a lot of guys that are attacking the offensive linemen, but we're attacking them sort of like right in the middle of their body. We're not getting gap side and keeping at least one arm free or getting that separation with our arms. So we're not able to get off the play or get off the block and make a play. Too many times we're calling a run blitz, and we have guys not crossing face to get to their new responsibility post snap. So it's execution stuff.
Go ahead with that.
It shouldn't, to me, come down to we have to run blitz to stop the run. Yeah. It should be you front seven dogs go out there and stop the run, and we just haven't done that consistently all year.
Did you hear that Elite Football line with that? Holy cow.
PA, what was more encouraging for you? Because two guys played for the first time this season, Anthony Barr, Christian Darrisaw.
Well, I don't want to go to the don't exactly know until I watch it back, but that truly is the case. I mean, Darrisaw is going to be your starting left tackle, hopefully, for many years. We know what Anthony can do. I was talking to Ben during the call on KFAN about Anthony when he had one tackle, and, Ben was saying this is cool and this, needs to be worked on. He hadn't played in a year. He snipped out a screen with Kendricks late in the game that could have been a big hitter. So he did that well. Anthony's a high-ender. Darrisaw gets in for the first time. They get down there and score a touchdown. But I'm just happy Christian Darrisaw is playing in football games as the 23rd overall pick in the draft. So that's a good start. Now you got to beat Carolina, man.
Well, I just want to echo what you're saying about Barr and Darrisaw. Barr, I think both of them started off a little slow with some of the reads. Barr was being decisive, but I don't think that he was reading everything. You could tell that he was just very focused to get downhill. That part of it I liked, but some plays he had to open up his vision and move gaps in some of the run scheme. Now, Darrisaw, it's understandable that he came out, I think the first 4 plays to me were minuses. He was slow to react. He was letting guys get into his chest. He was getting rocked back. He was basically ineffective. But as the game went on, you could see the strength.
Yeah.
You could see him slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
You could see him recover. He got beat a couple times on an inside swim move. Fine. Recover. And he did that. Strong with his inside hand. So I thought as the game went on, I like what he looks like as a left tackle.
I think he has a really solid base also. When you have a guy that big, that strong, you say, okay, well, he's not getting pushed over. He can actually anchor and do what he needs to do. And speaking of anchor, I mean, I think a guy in Mackenzie Alexander, a guy who no one is talking about right now, is having some solid games. He keeps on stacking these games together, and that's what we need going into the Carolina Panthers game, correct?
Ain't no doubt. And Patrick Peterson had his first pass defense of the season. Okay, so
2 today.
You can read into that however you want. He had 0 into this game. So starting to see some action Pat's way, and he's coming through. Breeland's open field tackling, the best we've seen wearing these colors. So there are things that are getting better. The Vikings have, points-wise, the best second-half defense in the NFL. I think it's better than Denver now. But again, getting the defense and the offense to come together
Yeah.
and mesh together.
Yeah.
Defense kicks butt the entire second half. We drop the ball right where we're standing now for between the lines. And Detroit takes the lead, and they go for a 2-point conversion, get the lead. It's still not completely meshing, but the team's 2-3, which certainly beats 1-4 and a home loss to a winless team. That was nearly such a disaster on many levels, but we got out of it, so hey, Skol Vikings.
Skol Vikings. And one more positive outside of the fumble, Leber. Alexander Mattison, 153 total yards, 113 yards on the ground. Outside of that fumble, what excited you about just seeing him going out there and run? I mean, he had a big 48-yard gasher that opened up, I guess it didn't turn into anything, but it was, I guess, exciting to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that little chunk run there was something we all needed to see from him.
Yeah.
Where I
Chunk
think there
run.
are times where his vision needs to open up, and Dalvin's pretty special with that. I mean, his vision's incredible, and his ability to jump cut into where his eyes are taking him. We saw that with Mattison on that big long run.
Yeah.
It was a quick, decisive jump cut to the left. He broke an arm tackle because of it, and then as he's stumbling forward, still had the wherewithal to keep going left and find that lane. So, there was a lot that happened in that one play that gives me a lot more confidence and promise with him going forward if we have to lean on him for a whole game again.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, it wasn't, the best victory this week, but a win is a win. But, the thing about the NFL is any given Sunday, you get to go out there and do it all over again. So next week, PA, Leber, we get to pound those Panthers.